We are quarter-finalists. We've done it. Easy, right? Easy. Light work. We absolutely dominated Senegal. Honestly, I'm really surprised that Senegal didn't put up more of a fight. I know that maybe sounds a little bit... well, it's very easy to say that when you've won 3-0, but honestly, I expected so much more. They've got such a decent squad. They've got good quality players. I wasn't expecting a walk in the park, and that's exactly what we got. Look at the way we've distributed these ratings. Everyone has had a 7 or more. That's very rare, especially in a 3-0 win. You might see maybe the defenders having a lower rating because they haven't done anything. Yeah, I was really, really impressed with not just England and their performance, but the manager selection. It worked really well. The 4-3-3 was really good today. So impressed with our front players again. We've got some real tough decisions to make now that we're playing France. And fair play, France looked incredible against Poland. Well, Mbappe looked very good. I honestly don't think Gareth Southgate has an easy job at all picking his front lineup. I mean, yes, Kane starts. That's fine. But Saka, Foden, Rashford... Even Grealish came on and did really well. It's a tough one, isn't it? Sterling, what do we do? I think the back five selects itself now. We know we're going with Pickford. That's fine. We know it's going to be Kyle Walker because as soon as he's fit, he's back in the team now. I don't think he's going to be dropped for Trippier, especially when we've just seen in a knockout game, he's gone with Walker ahead of him. Stones will play, Maguire will play, and so will Shaw. So the back five's done. Done. And you know that Bellingham and Rice are going to start. So the only real contention... contention? Why does that sound wrong? That is the right word I'm looking for. I guess it's, does Henderson start? Do you drop Henderson and put in someone like a Foden and then we can have a Rashford on the left? Do you play a 4-2-3-1 with Foden as a 10, like I said earlier in my video today talking about my lineup? So you can have a Rashford or a Sterling on the left side. It could potentially work. But what I do want to talk about is the Senegalese team just underwhelming today because when you look at the team, okay, they've got some very good players. You've got the Chelsea duo, Mendy and Koulibaly. I'm very, very surprised that they were that poor tonight. I know Mendy's been very in and out of form. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happened to him. He was so good when he signed for Chelsea. They won the Champions League with him in goal and... yeah, and I look at Mendy, he's got Premier League experience. You've got Diatta, rapid down that right wing. You've got Sarr. I know he's not in the Premier League anymore, but there's no doubt he's got Premier League quality. I'm surprised he's still at Watford. They do have a very solid team, and I thought we were going to find it really difficult to get through their midfield. But no, it just wasn't an issue. I think it's very surprising that Gay isn't starting. I think, does he still play for Marseille? I need to check this. If I can actually click him. Does he play for Marseille? He does. He's a very good player. Which surprises me. Is this the Tottenham guy as well? Yeah, it is. Pape Sarr. It's weird, isn't it? Grealish, Rashford, Mount and Eric Dyer coming on and Phillips right at the end, of course, isn't going to get a rating. One player that I really wanted to see come on today was James Maddison. It's very disappointing, in my opinion, that Maddison hasn't been given a few minutes there because he is someone that I would sub on, especially if we're in need of a goal. He's so creative. But there's the possession. 61% is huge. Expected goals of 1.01. That's a bit of a surprise, actually. I haven't looked at these stats until I've hit record now. I was expecting that to be higher. That we've actually had less shots than Senegal. That's surprising. And to be fair, we do have to remember they are missing arguably the best player of their current generation, and that is Sadio Mane. With him up front, it would have been definitely a tougher prospect for our defence. But it says here they had 10 shots, and I can barely remember any of them. It is weird, isn't it? So it's going to be a really interesting game against France. And do you know what? I have a feeling this might be what we line up with. Why change it, right? But the reality is, and let's reel this in a little bit, we have now played our 3 games in the group stage, which, let's be fair, Iran, USA and Wales, and now Senegal. It's not really pushing our squad to an absolute limit. It's not like the Euros when we had to beat Germany, and things like that. So France is a step up. It really is. And it's going to be a really tough one. I was talking to a friend of mine. Do we go three at the back against France? I think actually, now that I really think about it, I don't think we should do that. I think what's going to need to happen is someone is going to have to be in this area here, because of course Mbappe is going to be going down our right-hand side. I think if it is Henderson that starts in this area, he's just going to have to man mark. He's going to have to sit on Mbappe, and then we're going to have Walker and Stones just really protecting this line area, this area here where he's going to run through. Kyle Walker has to start against Mbappe. He has to. It's as simple as that. But if we were to go three at the back, you could have Kyle Walker as a right centre-back and Trippier as the wing-back. Both of them just monitoring Kylian Mbappe, who for sure is the absolute danger man. It's not going to be an easy game. Maguire's going to be busy with Giroud down through the middle. Rice and Bellingham are going to be tracking Griezmann. And then they've got, obviously, Dembele or... what's his name? Coman. I almost said Lamar. I don't think Lamar has gone to the World Cup, has he? But yeah, obviously France have just an incredible team, and it's not going to be an easy one. But anyway, tomorrow we've got Japan-Croatia. So big game there. I'm really excited to watch that one. But then, of course, we're all going to have our eyes on Brazil. I'm praying that South Korea can do something special. I mean, we want as many of the top teams out. So ideally, Japan and South Korea win. That's what we're looking for. But the games we should really be watching are Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland. We want Morocco and Switzerland to go through. And this is, of course, from the perspective of an England fan. I have an absolute passion for Switzerland because they've got my Granit Xhaka in midfield. But yeah, I would like to see Morocco and Switzerland progress. But I think we can all be honest, Spain are probably going to go through. But this is difficult. I think Portugal might just edge it. And then we'll be playing against the winner of that game if we beat France. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Now, I tweeted out thoughts on the game, hashtag Operation England. Jude Bellingham, 19 years old, sensational. How are you almost getting man of the match without even scoring when there's a 3-0 win? He was instrumental. Remarkably stress-free once first goal went in. Still a very timid-looking defence. Think we could be found out by better players. See, Craig, you're right. That is the thing that worries me. The 4 games we've played, let's be very honest with ourselves, not the best quality. The teams weren't able to break us down. A team like France are going to make it very, very difficult because they're good in defence. They're good in midfield. They're very good up front. They've got so many game changers. But another thing you have to remember is they're not at full strength. You know, they're missing Benzema. They're missing... Hernandez, who picked up that injury, although Theo Hernandez is arguably better. I'm not really sure what's going on there. They've got quite a few players missing from their midfield as well. You know, Pogba would be there. So just little things like that. It's adding up to be potentially a very good chance for us, but this is a very, very good point. Our defence haven't been properly tested. Mbappe is going to provide that. England were very good in this game. Glad to see Kane got on the score sheet. And our Starboy Saka, 3 goals in 3 games in the World Cup for Saka. He has to start. Bellingham is the future of England. On to France. It's coming home. Special group of players, endless depth and talent. Kane, Foden, Saka all performing. Jude is a Starboy. No, Saka's the Starboy. Too slow with the ball. Got better as the game went on. Devastating on the counter. Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Starboys. Guaranteed starters. Yeah, we can definitely say now, guys, that Mount has to be out of this side. I think to get Saka in there and Foden, yeah, I don't think there's space for Mason Mount. What is this? Starboy Saka, is he now better than He's always been better than Martinelli. I don't know what to say to you, mate. Very professional performance again tonight. Bellingham looks so comfortable again. That seems to be the general consensus here that Bellingham is just... he's unreal. If Man City buy Bellingham, it's over. Just imagine that midfield. Oh, my God. And then with Haaland and Foden. Oh, no, please. Yeah, I hope Arteta and Edu go from in January. There's just no chance in a million years that we would bring in Bellingham, especially not in January when we've got reported 50 million, 60 million or so. And then Tom with a fantastic comment. It was a game. I'm so happy, guys. I really am. I feel bad that I wasn't excited for this World Cup now because it's turning into a really fun one. But I think it was the politics of it all really getting me down. And obviously that's important. It's important to talk about those things. But at the end of the day, it's a football tournament, and now the football is doing the talking. It's fascinating to watch. We've got so many good games to look forward to. But until next Saturday at 7 p.m, we will have to wait. We'll be watching training videos. I'm sure you guys are all tuning into some of their content that they put out on the England channel. It's fascinating to watch their training in such hot weather. They're taking so many breaks and it's not as intense, but obviously avoiding injuries, very important. But I'm going to give you a prediction now. I think we're going to beat France. I genuinely do. I think we're going to go 1-0 down. I don't know how they'll score it, France, but it'll be like an early goal. But we will come back and win that. I'm feeling really confident. And you know what? Semi-final, final, and now quarterfinals minimum. Maybe it is time. I'm not going to say those words, but it could be coming and then a word rhyming with Rome. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next Saturday for another edition of Operation England.